Hey guys, it's Random Rebecca, and I am here today with a video about a review of Hampton Inn in Waterbury, Connecticut. And we have room 321. It's an okay hotel, so to speak. However, there's some things people need to know. For one, we do have a pretty good sized room. We got a king bed, just this regular standard king bed room. Yeah, I'm just going to flip this around and show you a few things. So stay tuned. Alright, so here is our room. The overview. As you can see, it is a pretty good sized room. It does have these drawers, these little stools, so to speak, that slide out that you can sit at. However, when you do, it's a little bit high. So it doesn't work for like a vanity or trying to eat. I mean, you can. It's just a little uncomfortable for small little short people like me. So there's that. It does have a table there. This cabinet right here has some storage drawers. It has coffee down there on the bottom. You slide out. It has a microwave. Of course, we have to have the TV. And down here is the mini fridge. And we did have a little bit of water that we put in there. Pretty standard as far as that goes. We have the desk over here with a lamp and a mirror. The lamp itself, it does have a regular power plug in it. As you can see, there's an outlet right next to it as well. There is a chair here with a table. Now the curtains, this does not move. This is just decoration. So we have a sheer curtain here that moves, and we have this one for room darkening behind it. So there's the two tracks to help you kind of see the difference between the two. It does have a standard heating unit here with the wall-mounted thermostat. However, the wall-mounted thermostat over here wobbles and is about to fall off of the wall. I have seen that before. Other people mentioned that before about their rooms. Not just us. I did notice they have different lamps. The pictures also had different lamps, so I guess that's just part of their decor. It's a little odd to me, being a bit OCD. I like things to match. These also do slide out, so you have a little extra space if you need to set something down. This does have a plug on it right here, the on-off switch, and one USB, which, by the way, this is the only USB in the whole room, and it does not charge. So there's that. Got the phone. Interesting headboard. Now this, on my side of the bed, has an alarm clock, another drawer that pulls out. However, this one does not have any sort of plug or USB or anything. That clock does not have anything. There's nothing attached here. All it has is that power switch right there. So that is literally the only thing about my side of the bed. That's all I got. And you can't plug anything in down below because they have the lamp and the alarm clock taking up those two plugs. So there's that. Now, that's the basic room tour. We got some conversation. There are some things that people need to know about this place. It may or may not affect you. You might hear what I have to say and say, oh, no big deal. Other people may want to know. So stay tuned for a chat with me and my husband Jay about our experience in this hotel. All right, so we have some things to discuss about our experience here at Hampton Inn in Waterbury. So first things first, what's the first thing we noticed?
When we entered the room and we were checking everything out, we quickly learned that, well, the outlets are a huge problem. There's only one USB, so I mean, if you're coming and you're in a room alone, there's a place to, charge your electronics. Unfortunately, if 2 or 3 people are in here, everybody's going to want to charge their phones. Unfortunately, there's only one USB.
And ours doesn't work.
Yeah, correct. It does not work, so we're kind of having to find a plug, wherever we can find it. But other than that, as far as that's concerned, all right, cool. That's one thing. Hmm. As far as room service, well, yeah, let's talk about room service. It's a joke, okay?
Now, do you
We've
mean
been
room
here for
service as far as the food or room service as far as cleaning? Because we got
okay.
both.
Yeah, I want to complain more about the cleaning part of this. We've been here for 3 nights. This is our last night. We're going home tomorrow. Um, where is a janitor or
Housekeeper,
housekeeper
anybody.
or whatever to come in and actually take care of the room for 3 days? 3 days, not one person has come in here. You would typically think you go to a hotel and you leave every day. Obviously, you're out doing your thing. When you come back to your hotel, the bed's gonna be made. There's gonna be replacement towels and everything that goes along with
Toiletries.
toiletries and
Yeah.
everything that goes along with being in a hotel. None of that has happened. Not any of it, and it really is a shame because you would think that they want to leave a good impression for the customer, but when um, the staff here, when they come in to do their job and they're obviously not doing it, I have a problem with that. Also, here in the room, our sheets, our covers, uh, they don't even really match like size wise for the bed and the sheets popping off. I've never had that issue at a hotel, period. But yeah, I think they really need to learn how to change a bed, sheets, and everything. This morning, actually, before we left, um, they tried to come in unannounced. Thank God. Well, every night, everybody shuts the door. They lock it with the metal bar. It goes across, right? So me and my wife, we're still in bed trying to figure out, oh, okay, when do we want to get up and stuff. They didn't knock. They didn't announce themselves, but they decided that it would be a good deal to, I guess, open
Just
the
try to
door
open the
and
door,
say,
and they
hey,
couldn't, and then they left. They didn't say a word.
they didn't say a word. There
Not,
was
oh,
no,
I'm sorry, excuse me, nothing.
yeah, there was no,
So I guess we must have missed our
housekeeping.
chance for them to clean our room today because we were still in the room, I guess, when they went through at 11. You would have thought they would have come back at some point, but
Right? Yeah,
no.
no, they didn't.
The bed was still
Um,
a mess. Towels still were not
yeah.
replenished. Still no touch up on the toiletries and nothing. So
I
there's
mean,
that.
when you have a vacant staff, you got people that are supposed to be here to do the job, and then they obviously aren't doing it. Makes me kind of wonder if there's a general manager or somebody in charge that can come through the rooms after they've been cleaned to double check and make sure that the staff is doing what they're supposed to do. You would think there would be, but not here. This hotel's a joke.
To top it off, that whenever we came in yesterday, and this was after our first night, we had gone out for the day. We came back, and the bed was still a mess. Before we left, I'd made sure I took everything off the bed, so if they did come in, they could come in and make the bed. Didn't have to worry about our stuff or anything being in the way. I took the remote and set it down on the table next to the bed. And when we came back, I started to fix the bed because they didn't, and the remote was on the bed. And I was like, well, that's strange. I know I moved it, and when I turned to talk to Jay and tell Jay about it, I noticed over his shoulder that our curtain was open a bit, and we'd kept that closed. So I don't know what that's about. If someone came in and would just sat down and watched TV and then left.
Maybe they wanted to watch Price is Right on their break. I don't know.
I don't know, but
Yep.
they didn't make the bed. Nothing else in our room was disturbed. Doesn't look like anyone went through our things. It's just
This is what you expect when you
it's
get a hotel room, motel room. It doesn't really matter. When you do business with a hotel, you fully expect that somebody's going to come in every morning and, do their job and actually, make the bed, wipe everything down, TV, blah, 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 blah. Especially, when it comes to doing the bathrooms, replacing the towels, rags, stuff like that. I will not stay in another hotel like this anymore.
and it's surprising because normally it's a very good name. Hampton Inn is normally pretty commendable, so I'm kind of surprised to see this kind of level. A few other things to discuss as well, just in general about the hotel itself. One, and I understand this is mostly because of COVID, so I understand, but the pool is by appointment only. You get one appointment per room per day. So we were pretty much open this morning. Didn't really have any plans until this afternoon. So last night I asked if they had anything open for this morning, and no, the earliest opening they had was 1 o'clock. I'm like, that's too late for us. We have somewhere we need to be shortly after that. So they said, well, we have another one at 6 p.m. Well, we're not going to be back before 6 p.m.
Nope.
So, of course, that made it pretty much impossible for us to use the pool. I guess the positive to it, as some people pointed out, is at least whenever you do get to use the pool, you have it all to yourself. You don't have to share with anybody. So, I guess there's that. But what good is it if you can't even get to the pool? That was my whole main reason for picking this hotel, is because, oh, look, we can go swimming.
You could always find a lake or something like that to swim in, but,
Also, there is no bar. I really thought that there was. It seemed as though there was, but there is not.
Most Hampton Inns, I guess, depending on, I guess it's where they're, well, I guess I'll talk about the outside.
We're getting there.
Later.
We're getting there. One thing also to point out is, and we'll show this on our outside tour of the building, but there's a lot of flowers and bushes along the front of the building.
If you have allergies.
If you have allergies, that could be a concern. It is really pretty. Don't get me wrong. I have no problems with it, but other people might. So it's just something to keep in mind in case you do have allergies.
Well, a lot of people would say, hey, don't nitpick.
Right, I'm not nitpicking. I'm just informing.
I have allergies, and if I, walked on that sidewalk, as I'm breathing in pollen.
Sneeze,
cough, everything.
Yeah.
And, okay, they're flowers. They're trying to decorate and make the building look nice, but just walking down the sidewalk.
Just something to have in mind.
Yeah, if you have allergies, just go to the parking lot. I mean...
there really isn't anything in the immediate vicinity either. So if you want to go anywhere, you're going to have to drive. There's nowhere to walk, and you're going to have a little bit of a drive to get places where you need to go. So just keep that in mind as well. The walkability is 0. There's no walkability here. There's nothing there's no restaurants or anything you could just take a little stroll to and stop in, or go to the gas station and pick up a couple things.
Nope.
However, there is DoorDash. We did order DoorDash and have DoorDash deliver here. They did leave it at the front desk, so we had to go down and get it at the front desk. That was a pain in the ass,
especially when I was already ready for night, to settle down for the night, and I had to get redressed. I don't understand why they don't let them up here.
Probably because of COVID.
Deliver. Who knows? But they don't let them up here to deliver the food directly to your door, to your room door. So yeah, they make you go down to the front and you pick it up at the desk.
I mean, it's a minor inconvenience, but it is what it is. And then there's one other thing that is kind of a rather large annoyance when we're talking about people with limited mobility. And there's certain expectations that you have whenever you go to places, and one of them is handicap parking.
Not any at all on either side of the building.
One side of the building actually says park at your own risk.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Yeah. But there's no marked handicap places. There is one spot that we just now noticed tonight on our last night here that does have the hash marks on either side, and one side of it is raised a bit to be level with the sidewalk, so you can get into a side entrance. But there isn't any handicap parking or any parking at all near the front door. There's an awning where you can pull up to check in, but you can't park there. It's a temporary stop,
I'm a disabled veteran, so when it comes to getting a place to park where I don't have to walk for any extended period of time to get to the front door, you would think that a commercial business, a commercial building being built anywhere here in the United States, they would mandate that when they build a building, there has to be handicap access. It doesn't matter whether it's through a side door, through the front door, through the back, it doesn't matter. So when that is not available. Unfortunately, if you get around on a cane, like me, um, it makes it kind of hard for people to get around, and I really don't think it's fair.
I mean,
And
either
they're opening
way,
themselves up
it's
to
a long walk.
litigation.
It's a long
It's
walk
a
either
long
way.
walk. It's a long walk, and I'm just saying, really, really do a lot of research before you get a hotel. Make sure, especially if you're handicapped like me, that that it's accessible.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean
it doesn't.
there is a side entrance that is easier to get to. However, even when you walk in that door, it's a rather long hallway before you make it to the front desk. So you either have to walk around the outside of the building to get to the front desk, which is a long. What's not? I mean, it's a decent walk,
It's a decent
or
walk.
you have to come in the side of it and then have a decent walk inside the building. So either way, it's a decent walk.
I have never, ever, ever been to a Hampton Inn or any hotel for that matter that did not accommodate people with disabilities. So I'm kind of insulted because it's obvious that either things are, I don't know, maybe they're just cheap. Maybe they're just
Wasn't well
cheap.
thought about when they
But
made the
that's something that you
plans.
don't typically think about when going to a hotel because you expect for this kind of stuff to be there, so you don't have to walk 50 yards, 100 yards to the front door. There's no parking here, so I'm just urging that if you're going to stay here at the Hampton in Waterbury, that's something that you might want to take into consideration before you go because, you know, it's just going to make it harder on you, especially if you have to go a long distance, with a walker, with a wheelchair. It doesn't matter. But, not having any handicap accessible spaces, that's a no go. That's a complete
Right.
from me, and I think
So
it's
next
pretty
time we
bad.
come to town,
We
we
ain't
will
staying
not be
here.
staying here. No, we will find more hotels. We'll do some more research before we do come back out to the area because we'll be coming back to the area. But I don't think we're gonna stay at this
You couldn't pay me enough to
hotel
stay
again.
at this hotel.
So for the price point, I'm not very happy.
Nope.
The person at the desk was awesome. I'll give
Smart
them that.
ass. Last night he was a smart
Really?
ass. Yeah, last night he was a smart ass.
Oh, I didn't even hear anything from last night, so you're filling me in about that one later. But yeah, so we're just all in all, we're just not satisfied.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. Do
it was a
your
little
do your
pricey.
research.
I know we came on a holiday weekend. It is 4th of July, if you can't tell by my shirt. So we did come on a holiday weekend. So prices were a bit high, but they're rather high just in general anyway because it's Hampton Inn. Hampton Inn is you
It's
pay
a well-known hotel
you pay
chain.
for what you're expecting, and
Correct.
when you expect Hampton Inn, you expect a higher quality, and
Not getting it here,
that was
folks.
not. This is
Nope.
not the place.
Yep.
So a pool that we hadn't really no access to because of needing an appointment and appointments not being available when we were available. No handicap. Lots of flowers along the walkway, which may or may not be a
An
pro
issue.
or a con to some people.
We're not nitpicking either, people.
Just
Please
some
don't
people
think
need
that
to
we're
know that.
nitpicking. I know, but some
People,
don't think that we're nitpicking. We're just pointing out the obvious because I can tell you between the car and the front door, walking down that sidewalk. Well,
It's
my
a
nose
lot.
was running, my eyes were starting to, get red and itchy.
Mm-hmm.
If you really, really, really have pollen allergies, just don't.
Yeah.
I
I wouldn't take that walk. I would try to use the side door and walk in the inside instead of walking around the outside.
I would. But I'd use a weed eater next time.
But you also can't use that side door unless you have a key card. So you can't use
Yep, that's
that
just
door if you're
typical security.
initially coming in to check in.
Yep.
You can't use that door either. So
You're
for someone
forced
who
to
has
walk around the
handicaps, someone who has a handicap, they would have to park in one specific spot that's unmarked, and it took us until our last night to find it. And use
Not that it
one
really
small
matters, it
spot
doesn't-
where you can use a ramp
There's no handicap sign.
and then walk up. You have to go up that sidewalk along the outside of the building to the very front door in order to be able to check in.
So especially if
It's
you're older
not
and you
that
have a hard
easy.
time getting around, just please by all means find another hotel. here in
If
Waterbury.
you can
This
handle
one
a
is
step,
absolute
it's
perfect.
not so bad. But
Right.
if you have a hard time with steps at all, it's
No.
not the easiest spot to even find.
Yep.
So we're gonna do a video walkthrough tomorrow morning when there's daylight. We'll do a walkthrough from the front door around the building, show you the parking lot, and show you what we mean by the one step and where the one handicap, sort of unmarked handicap parking spot sort of is. So anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
This place is a joke. Don't do it.
It's not worth the price point.
Yep. That's all I have to say.
All right, so stay tuned and we'll show you the video of the walkthrough of the parking lot. All right, so here is the parking lot tour from the front door around the building. We're going to show you the decent sized walk and the flowers along the way. We do have that neat little wall to hide the utilities, which is kind of nice. Like I said, it does look really good, but if you have allergies, just be mindful that this is here. And still walking. I'm not going to speed this up or slow this down. I want you guys to see it for exactly how it is, just a casual stroll. So this is the side of the building where there is a door you can use to access to get in. However, there is a step to get up onto the sidewalk right here. We did notice later on that there is one spot further down. It's not marked for handicap. However, it does have the hashes on either side of the vehicle. And there is a ramp on this side, so to speak. It's more level here with the sidewalk. But that's about all there is to the side of the parking lot, but it's pretty much the same thing on the other side of the parking lot. So there you have it. That's the lip. If you can handle a step like that, it may not be so bad, but if you can't, just know that that's there. Alright guys, one last little update for you. We had our checkout this morning from Hampton Inn in Waterbury, and I'm pretty disappointed. We had to be out by 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock checkout time. So we figured we would get up at 10. That gives us time to gather our belongings, get them packed up, get dressed, and head out. So we set the alarm for 10 o'clock. And there was a knock at the door at 9 o'clock. We told them we're still here, and they left. Then we got up, started getting around. 10 o'clock, they knock on the door again. Like, we're still here. It's not 11 o'clock yet, and they left. So we hurried up, and we got ready, and we left probably around 10:30 because we were being rushed out of the hotel. So they weren't there to clean the entire weekend that we were there. They almost barged in on us at 11 o'clock on one day. Didn't say anything, no apologies, nothing. And then on checkout day, they're going to knock on our door twice before checkout. Yeah, to say I was annoyed is a bit of an understatement. So, I don't think we're going to be going back to that Hampton Inn. Next time we go out to Connecticut, we will go to a different hotel, no doubt about it. The service was awful. Also, we ordered DoorDash one of the nights we were there because they don't really have room service. Their website says they have room service. Apparently, there's no room service to speak of because there was nothing in the room saying how to call room service, what you could order, what the prices were. So I don't think there's really any room service. I think that maybe they did at one point and they don't anymore and never updated their site. So no room service. But so we ordered DoorDash and they came to the room. Well, no, we tried to get them to come to the room. We put the room number and they dropped it off at the desk instead. So we got a phone call, within like a minute or two of them marking that they were there. We got a phone call, and the phone call was the front desk saying, "Hey, your order's downstairs. Could someone come down and get it?" Sure, no problem. So Jay got ready to go downstairs, and when he got down there, the guy at the desk basically told him, "Oh, we were going to give you guys about another like 5 minutes and then throw it out." Like, why would you throw out food we already paid for? You just called us. We were on our way downstairs. It was literally less than 5 minutes for us to get from our room down to the front desk. So I don't know what their problem was. I don't know why he had such an attitude. DoorDash, for whatever reason, didn't deliver to the room. I don't know if that's policy now. Maybe now they only deliver to the front door. They used to deliver to your actual room, and I guess they don't do that anymore. I don't know what the deal is. I don't understand it. What I do know is the guy was very rude. So, yeah, I'm not very impressed at all with my stay at Hampton Inn in Waterbury. I mean, I was expecting a lot more because of the Hampton name. I was expecting a lot more. The bar set pretty high for Hampton Inn, and they did not meet that bar. Not even close. So that's our personal opinion on it. That's how we feel. This is the experience that we had. Other people may have gone and had great experiences, and more power to them. And if these issues don't concern you, you may enjoy your stay there just as much as maybe they did. This is just an experience that we had there, and it's just something to keep in mind. Maybe it'll just prepare you a little bit more in case some things maybe don't work out the way you planned. You'll be like, well, we knew it was a possibility. And it may not bother you so bad. It may cause you to have a better stay. So that's it for my Waterbury, Connecticut review on Hampton Inn. Next time we go, we will do a different hotel review and what we think of that hotel. And stay tuned for more videos. There's always more to come. Thank you for watching.